Okay, what are we doing?
We are showing you guys the pilot house layout, the Helm layout, the equipment, all the different monitors. Here it is.
No, wait, not yet. So this happened this morning. They laid everything out, and I actually didn't roll the cameras because I wanted to have a full focus on...
You wanted us to be productive.
I wanted to be productive and just don't get like sidetracked with the cameras. So we didn't roll the cameras. They laid everything out. Would you say how many % that you laid out?
I think we're like at 95%.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's make it 90 just in case,
Okay, 90%.
so people don't hold us.
It's some of the spacing still needs to be finalized, but the equipment is in the place where it's roughly going to end up.
Yeah. So let's say it's 85 to 90. Just in case we move something.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, what do we think?
That's it.
Okay, you guys can kind of figure out what is what, right?
No, let's go. Let's walk through.
Little by little, and also the thought behind it, and why you guys put it where you put it, and and why would we possibly make a white helm?
Well, we're not going to. So the fact that this is white right now is literally just to have an easier time placing it, because otherwise it would be a black panel on a black background.
So have the contrast.
So it will be black.
Everything will be black.
Everything will be black to minimize glare and have it easier at night passages, so you don't get blinded by something. And even during the day as well.
Perfect.
You don't have the reflections. So overhead we have a couple of things. First of all, we have the exterior lighting panel. So all our exterior lights, floodlights, courtesy lights, etc., are going to be on this panel. We have our navigation light control panel right next to it. Then next to that,
Help!
Next to that, we have our steering panel for the hydraulic steering. Actually, two panels with alarm settings and all that kind of stuff. We have another one here for the starboard side, so we spaced them out to have it more symmetrical. Then we have two Furuno multifunction displays. And in the center we have the windshield wiper control for all the different windshield wipers we have facing forward. And then next to that we have the bilge pump control panel with indication lights as well. So if the bilge pump kicks on, you'd actually see that because it lights up. Same like the high water alarm would also be on that as well. So now moving down, we have the four Furuno 24-inch screens.
Gigantic screens. You guys can now kind of see how huge these are. This might get a little tighter and not get as spaced out, so we're still working out the actual console to make sure that the shape is right. It might get sort of bigger here depending on access. So these are a little TBD, but it was important to lay the equipment out. And now the big thing is actually having what undercarriage of that's going to look like, but there's still access. So because of that, it's a bit flexible because it needs to be able to be accessible.
And then you might ask, like, why 4 screens? Well, 2 would be enough.
Really? You think?
No. As you guys can see, this is just an example layout, obviously, but we do have one screen which we're mainly using for CCTV, so for all the cameras. Then we have one screen which is most likely mainly display a chart, another one for the radar, or for depth. We can use either or. We can do split screen, of course, but if you want to use the full screen and the full big size. And then the fourth one would be for the boat management / alarm and monitoring system. Moving all the way to the port side, we have some outlets here. I don't know if they're going to stay there. They might still move a little bit. Next to it will be the underwater light panel. Then we have one of the VHF radios. Just the control, the actual microphone will be down here. All the way on the starboard side, we have the second VHF radio and the generator control panel for both generators.
Okay, what's the thought? What's the thought between splitting this, the radios?
We were playing around with the radios. We had them overhead, and then we moved them down here next to each other. And then I was thinking, if you have one radio on 16, you have another one, I don't know, different frequency. Somebody's not hailing on 16, calling on 16. It's kind of hard to determine where did it come from. Did it come from this radio or from this radio? So I kind of felt like if we spread them out, and you sit in the pilot chair, you at least would know, okay, you know what, it actually came from the left side or came from the right side. Makes it a little easier to answer back.
So a new term, Rico's new term, split them out.
Up. Split them up. We split them up. One left,
we'll
one
go
right.
with out.
Yeah, out.
Okay.
And then we have the, you know, the microphones, the handhelds actually, moved next to the helm wheel, where it's convenient to get to them. So now working, can you move this just a little bit? I have a little bit of...
More from up a little?
Yeah. Perfect. I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Thank you. So going left to right, we have the...
Left to right.
We have the searchlight control here. We have one of the windlass monitors here. This is the alarm monitoring system. Then we have next to it is the fan control for the engine room. We have the Kahlenberg horn control, Fireboy indicator for the engine room. Do you know if we also have a second one for the lazarette? Because it's separate systems, right? We probably have a second Fireboy. Just thinking. Okay, anyways. We have...
So there might be another Fireboy in the mix.
I think there might be, because I think Alexander said we have a separate system in the
okay, all right. Gotta figure that out.
Anyways, we have the Fireboy display here. This is the joystick for the steering, which you can either use that or the wheel. Then we have the remote we have actually two remotes for the Furuno system. So you don't have to necessarily go to the touch screen. You can also use the remote controls. Above the steering wheel, right center above, we have the autopilot control, which you also can use for steering, of course. Then we have our ignition switches here for the main engines, rudder indicator, and the main engine monitors here, the Cummins monitors. Then moving to the right, further to the right, we have the stabilizer control here, shift and throttle control. Forgot what... Oh, that's right. Why do I always forget that?
What is it?
Chiller. Right next to that, we have our chiller control here for the AC units. I mean the chillers in the engine room. Then our bow and stern thruster control, the starboard anchor, and
placeholder
for... Oh, I know. Placeholder for the CCTV control.
So as of right now, if Umut, our project manager, was not sitting in the room right now, he would have failed the tour of his own helm. He would have not known a couple of things.
I will get used to it.
Yeah, right.
Umut has actually looked at it a lot more than I have.
Right, good excuse.
Yeah, good excuse.
Okay.
So anyways, but this was a huge, massive control panel, and we actually switched it to a smaller one. And, you know, obviously, you know, since this is here now, we might actually switch that around in terms of the layout of, you know, which screen is displaying what. So probably have the cameras over here where the control is here, and then you can use the jog wheel and move things around, zoom in, zoom out, and so on. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. And oh, wait a minute. And then of course we will have lots of breakers here, and then access underneath, and all that still is yet to come.
This might grow a little based on the access. So there's definitely a few things they're still getting, you know, worked out. But there is an important thing you've definitely missed.
What is it?
I think anybody who is a regular on our channel, especially on Naughty Styles, will be wondering where they are.
Who?
They.
They who?
They must have on the bridge at the helm.
Cup holders. So cup holders,
yes.
Don't know exactly yet. They might end up here.
This is what we're thinking right now.
But maybe they need to go here.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how tall this is.
Same on the other side.
But there will be cup holders here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the plan.
There will be cup holders. We have the grab rails here. We will have a grab rail here because these are
the oh shit rails.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the question I have that people are going to ask again that have been skipping around is just helm seat.
Helm chair.
One helm chair in the center.
One center helm chair, exactly. And then we have the bench here on the aft wall.
Yeah. The nosebleed seats are here.
Yep.
And the captain's here. And yes, he doesn't want to sit next to me. That's why he's got one captain's chair.
No, it's because we don't have more space. I think that's it for now.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope this was fun.
And coffee machine will be right
coffee
there.
Machine, important. There will be red, red lights up here for night vision.
We have 2 reading lights here, left and right as well.
Yeah, there's a few things there. This is just focus on the dashboard right now, just so you guys kind of get an idea. We try to make it more, streamlined and square. So if you have any suggestions or ideas, or you think something is going to give us a problem later, please put in the comments. We're very open to suggestions. We've seen a lot of Helms, and no,
not anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we are open. Put it in the comments. You guys have some great ideas, so just put it in the comments. We are definitely going to look at all of them. Okay, bye.
Thanks. Bye.